Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Cardboard Coach Neil. And in recent months, recent memory at least, it seems like oversized cards have been all the rage. And that's great because oversized cards, there's a lot of cool and affordable cards that you can get to add to or start a vintage collection. So, my introduction as a collector to oversized cards was way back in 1980. And that's when I walked into a Happy Harry's, which is now Walgreens. And that's where I would buy baseball cards. And I saw something that I didn't even know existed. It was the first year that Topps put out something that I wasn't familiar with, and that was the Topps Superstar oversized card. And this is a gift. Actually, I got this a few years back. I have a number of these cards that were not in great shape, but this is the unopened pack. There's 3 cards inside, and Jack Clark is on the back. I kind of wonder who is in the middle, but this was a gift actually that was given to me by one of my longtime hobby friends, Jay Walt. You may know him from Net54. He's a very active poster. He's been in the hobby for a very long time as a dealer. Cavalcade of Sports is his eBay ID. I'm sure you guys have bought something from him. And he has a website, qualitycards.com. He's more of a collector now. He's kind of in his retirement years. But this was a gift from a longtime friend. And it got me thinking that this issue was the start and the dilemma of oversized cards. Back in 1980, they didn't have, actually 9-pocket sheets weren't really available, let alone the 2-pocket sheets or the 1-pocket sheets. And no one knew what a top loader was. I mean, as a matter of fact, the first introduction I ever had to a top loader was taking a 9-card sheet and cutting them so you could put a card inside. Those sheets that were made back then, they are no longer. They're yellow, they're brittle, they're different. They're chemical free, so they're much better for the collection. But when I pulled these things, they were hard to store. I mean, what are you going to do? And I think that was part of the reason moving forward that oversized cards, as much as I was intrigued by them and thought they were great, I was kind of turned off. I mean, just because how do you store them? Well, I found ways. You just get a bigger box, and now there are top loaders that can fit a lot of different sizes. Grading companies now grade them. I mean, well, they have for years, but when PSA first started, they didn't. When SGC first started, they didn't. And there were a number of issues that I would have liked to have had as a Pete Rose collector. But back then, I was a complete registry guy and wanted things slabbed. I was a slab head. I mean, I still do. I still like graded cards. But I kind of realized that not everything needs to be graded. So once you embrace oversized cards as a valid, and a cool addition to your collection, it's going to be a lot more fun. So I'm going to show you just a couple of things that you could take a look at. You may have never seen. You may want to look at them. They're affordable. They're cool. You don't see them too much because, some people just don't even have them anymore because they were big and they may have thrown them away. But the first couple, I mean, I see these often. But, as a Phillies fan, I really appreciate what Mike Schmidt, he's the greatest third baseman of all time. And that's the 81 Mike Schmidt. It's a 7-Up issue. So they had 4 of these cards. Schmidt, I think Magic Johnson for football, his American League counterpart MVP the year before, Mr. George Brett. and one other player whose name escapes me right now. But you know, again, these are great. They fit right into a 6x9 top loader. Very cool, kind of similar to some of the oversized issues around that time, like the top superstars. But it's just a good thing for a player collector. If you collect Schmidt, if you collect Brett, if you collect the Royals or the Phillies, or just looking for something a little bit different and cheap, if you see one of these at a card show, pick them up. And just a little plug for all you dealers out there and collectors. If you are at a card show, try not to use comps. These guys, they work hard to set up for shows, to bring their inventory, to make a lot of travel. So if you are at a show, try to buy at a show. That's my favorite way of buying. Just a little tip, a little suggestion, some advice, whatever you want to call it. But again, you know, these things are plentiful. It helps get rid of their inventory, puts a few dollars in their pocket to cover expenses, which is getting pretty high. So just again, keep your card show dealers in mind when you're at one. Another one, again, affordable, 67 Dexter press. You know, beautiful, beautiful imagery. These were produced, from what I understand, as team sets, and they were issued by Coca-Cola and printed by the Dexter Press Publishing Company. These things are plentiful. I think there was a recent find, I want to say somewhere about 20 years ago. So you can find these in actually pretty good shape, considering how old they are. And just the imagery is just fantastic. Now this image, I believe, might be the same as the 67 Topps Astros team issue. A little bit smaller in size, but I don't have one, but I think this is the same image for the little General Joe Morgan that they used in that. So it's a real nice segue to talk about some different things here. So you may be familiar with the J Publishing set. You may have been familiar with the Dexter Press set, which I just showed. And you're probably all familiar, if you're fans of a baseball team, of team issue type stuff. So J Publishing is just one of the companies that would produce these team issues. I don't know all the nuances yet. I'm still learning about this because this is a recent direction I'm taking, you know, as a typeset collector and waiting. You know, summer usually I take a little bit of time and just, it's not summer yet, but I usually start taking some time just away from the hobby, gearing up for the, you know, fall auctions and stuff like that, doing some vacations, doing some traveling, doing a lot of yard work. But yeah, I usually take a little bit of time off, but I'm trying to learn about the team issues because they're just so cool. This is a 67 Phillies Richie Allen. And most of these team issues you're going to see are black and white. And this was advertised when I bought it back in the day, and you know, as a picture pack. So I don't know if this is a team issue or if this is a J Publishing, because again, picture pack, team issue, and J Publishing, sometimes the seller doesn't even know what they are. But I am trying to learn a little bit more. If anyone out there can give a quick little video response to this, that'd be great. And you know, these things are paper thin. This is the whole set. I got Richie Allen in one, and the rest of these guys. I've always been a Rick Wise fan. He was the guy that they traded for Steve Carlton. So it's some good stuff. But now these are, from what I understand, J Publishing. And I got 4 Yankees to show you. Whitey Ford. Again, these are black and white. These are thin, but not like the team issues I just showed you, the picture packs. I think these are the J Publishing. They're more of a photo type material, a little bit more sturdy than what I just showed you with the Richie Allen. But, you know, a real nice image of Whitey. an image I haven't seen of Mantle. And again, these things are affordable. They're vintage. These, from what I understand, are like 62 to 65. Someone had said they're 61. I don't know if they are or not, but it seems like 62 to 65 is the same, is what I'm seeing a lot of. A great image of Roger Maris. Again, you know, Roger has some great cards, but this one is just, they're just different images. It's just something cool to add. And again, this guy right here, Yogi Berra, you know, of all the Hall of Famers out there, in my opinion, Yogi has consistently the best cards. Like there's some Mickey Mantles that I have never owned and really have no desire. I'm just not a fan of the shot. Same thing goes with Aaron. Same thing goes with Mays. And those are the three guys that I kind of gear towards. But Yogi Berra, I mean, you look at his stuff, and he's got great cards. I can't really think of a card of Yogi Berra that I wouldn't want to have, just because there's something. He's a unique looking guy. Besides the Yogiisms that he said, he's just one of those guys that he just makes a really good baseball card. This, I've been told, is a 59, but I've also heard 58 to 60. So again, I don't know if there's something with the print, with the font, but this is a great shot of Willie Mays. All of these are blank backed, and you can find these things in relatively, really, you know, good shape, and affordable. But it's just a unique card. If you're looking for a Willie Mays and you want to spend under, you know, under $100, I mean, maybe even under 75, you can get one of these. And they're cool. And you know what? They got the top loaders right now. You don't need to get this thing graded. This is one of my, these next two. Well, actually, I've had this one, but here's Oversized. Way back in the day, in 1937, Wheaties, Series 9, Joe DiMaggio. Cut really nice. Beautiful colors. Great shot of Joe D. You know, his second year. I mean, it's just a great thing. Just a blank back. Disregard this. These are my notes for just in case I ever pass these things on, so my kids will know exactly what this is when they go to sell it, because hopefully they collect, but who knows. This is just a recent pickup, and this fits every type of collecting that I've been doing as a Phillies fan, Phillies collector. This is a 1942 Phillies team issue, Chuck Klein. Again, black and white. Great pose. Chuck was still playing in 42, albeit I think he only appeared in about 14, 15 games. But, you know, look, he's a Hall of Famer, Triple Crown winner in rarefied air. There's not a lot of those. MVP, him and Jimmy Fox in 1933 for the Phillies. It's, you know, just a nice image of Chuck Klein. Yeah, back in 1933, him and Jimmy Fox won not only the MVP, but also the Triple Crown for both of their leagues. And to finish this off, you know, I submitted this myself, and there was really no need to, but I did. And it's a 1952 Rawlings Stan Musial. You know, a great Photoshop back in the day of Stan Musial with, you know, right inside of Sportsman's Park. Just nice accentuated with Rawlings right here. These are blank backed, and they're Rawlings premiums. What I'm thinking is, it's, you know, compliments of Rawlings Sporting Goods in St. Louis, Missouri. So these are kind of a regional type of thing. Not necessarily a team issue, but, you know, kind of regional. And I would imagine retailers that sold Rawlings Sporting Goods would give these out to customers. When I submitted this thing, it is a PSA 2. which is fine. I mean, I kind of thought it was actually going to get a 2, maybe a 2.5. They're thin. They're kind of like a very thin photo, a little bit brittle. So you got to watch out for, some cracking and stuff like that. But it's a great thing. You could find, a 52 Musial. And Stan Musial, let me tell you, one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated player for Hall of Famers in the hobby. I mean, this guy, 3,630 hits, almost 500 homers, could play the field, could play corners and first base very, very well. Many All-Star appearances, 3 MVPs. He's got championships, but yet he doesn't get really that hobby love like some of his counterparts. And, I think part of that is he doesn't have that many cards out there. That's a great one. If you're looking for something unique, check that out. Hey, listen, appreciate all the support, all the likes, all the subscribers. Again, it's good to know that I'm not just talking to myself. So hopefully if anyone out there knows anything about J Publishing or team issues, or if you wanted to correct something that I said, please do, because I want to learn this stuff and start getting more of that material. Again, it's something unique. It's not Topps. It's not Bowman. I've seen it all. I kind of want to learn something new. So, and that's what this YouTube community is all about. Until next time, this is Cardboard Coach Neil, and thank you for watching.